Top of the beautiful morning, everybody. How are you this morning? We got our power hooked up the other day, and as y'all seen, I was missing my sidekick. So Miss Angela did go back to work. She's about 2 weeks in on that little adventure now. Well, I'll let her get into all that with you. But she's enjoying life, but she's working like 11.5-hour days. So she's not enjoying that so much, but she's getting used to it, and I don't think it'll be bad. She's got a pretty good gig lined out for her, and she's enjoying it, and she's not enjoying it, but she'll get used to it. It's new, and well, I'll let her explain that to you when she does come back. I worked yesterday right in here getting this box wired up, and that's kind of what I'm finishing up on today. We've got a tractor rented for this weekend so I can get all these trenches filled in. I've got to get this underground line buried going to the house. I'm going to go ahead and bury a Cat 6 Ethernet cord. We do have plans for high-speed internet in this area within the next 1 to 2 years. For anybody that lives in the rural areas of a state, they know that internet is limited. Right here, right now, our options are dial-up or some garbage satellite internet, and nobody wants to mess with that. So this high-speed broadband is going to be a life changer for us in a couple of years. But I'm going to go ahead and run my Cat 6 cables, and then I'll go ahead and wire the house and everything up for it. It is very difficult for me to record and do what I'm doing because I don't have all my little pieces for my tripod. I haven't found them all yet, so I don't have a way to prop this camera up other than setting it on a corner of the truck bed here, propped up against some screws, because that's the best option I currently have. So bear with me today. I'm going to try to get this line run into the house and get ready. We're going to pick up tractor tomorrow, run the Cat 5 cable, and then the remainder of this spool of wire that I've got right here will wire in the house, and then what's left I'm going to go ahead and bury in this other trench going toward where the shop's going to be. That way it's just buried that much closer to the shop when we do get started to build the shop, and I'll just leave the remainder of the wire on the spool. Scored like 50 blocks yesterday. I ran and picked those up. I got them for $1 a piece, so it was worthwhile of me going and grabbing them for the foundation. I know 50 blocks is nothing when I need like 750 for this foundation, but every little bit counts. You know, we went and picked up 20 or 30 the other day that we had down at the cabin, and then I went and grabbed these 50 some odd blocks, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'll keep finding them on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. Somebody usually sells them for $1 a piece. If you go to Lowe's, they're like $1.78 a piece. So I mean, hey, 80 cents off a block's 80 cents off a block. It's a little bit of manual labor, as long as I'm not having to drive too far to go get them. Boy, that sun is just blaring through the trees there, isn't it? And it was 59 degrees this morning. August 20th, 59 degrees this morning. I'll take it all day long, even though I'm already sweating. Now, due to COVID-19, pickings are very slim on what you can find as far as the panels and stuff are concerned in the stores. So I ended up having to go with a whole lot more than what I needed right here for now. This setup here will change once we get into the shop. But for now, I had to bring the 200 amp out of my disconnect into this box. And then what I've done is I wired in my plug-in here for my camper off of this. And then I've also got a pair of 30s here. You can't buy square D breakers anywhere around here right now, so that's why you're seeing these old used guys. I had to dig up some stuff that I already owned because you can't buy them. And then I rigged up a couple of exterior plugs right here, GFIs of course, just so that we've got power right here, because we'll end up running the power strips on our water lines and stuff to keep them heated this winter. And that's something I'm already kind of getting started with, is contemplating getting everything winterized. But that's what I got down out here yesterday that you didn't get to see. Tell you what, that wasn't no joke now. All right, what I've got left to do here. Tomorrow, when I get that tractor here, it's got a little backhoe on it, and I will dig off this corner post here and connect to this trench. And there's where my PVC starts with the wire. There's where I want to leave it off for today, right here. And then tomorrow, when I dig this little section out here, I'll just have this last little bit to run, put my sweeping 90 coming up, and jump in that box right there. And then that will be done. That ain't no joke right there. But we got a little corner joint there, and then we had to drop under the footer here and over there. And now I've got to run that Cat 6 cable through here. I'm gonna run it in that little 3/4 inch conduit. I'm not an expert on it and I don't know, but from a little bit of research that I did, you should try your best not to cross your Ethernet cable over your electrical lines because you can get interference. So if anybody thinks there's going to be any issue with me running this Ethernet in the same trench in a separate conduit beside that, let me know, because I don't know. But that's my plan, is to drop it and come up in this back corner, this room on the back corner of the house here where the water's coming in and where the power's coming in is going to be the little utility room right here on this corner. So all the utilities will be dispersed from this corner throughout the rest of the house. I've actually got a tube planted underground under the footer right here. I just got to dig out each side to get to it, but we will eventually run a propane line in here, of course, before we get too much further, but it's just not on my list right now because I'll have to dig another trench back here and over to wherever in the world that tank's going to end up. But that's a different day. That's not today. For those that may have been curious, you seen me try to run that Cat 6 wire in that conduit and she just wouldn't go. That wire wasn't stout enough to feed through. So I took a little old ragamuffin socket and put on a string and just dropped it down through that conduit and then tied the Cat 6 wire to the other end and just pulled it through. It's real simple. Anything, string, something with some kind of weight, a nail, a screw, whatever, that'll go down through the pipe, and that'll take care of it. And with that, I think that's about all I've got in me for today. I finished out. I had to run to the store and get a couple more sticks of the 3/4 inch to finish out the run for the Cat 6 wire. So, we've got the water, electric, and the internet all piped in the trench. Everything is all stubbed up. Looks like a crazy person done it over here, but for now it'll work. Should be plenty of slack on everything to get it established inside this room here. Now, in the morning I'll have to come back. I just got the wire unrolled, but I'm going to fill this other trench with the remaining wire to the pole. And then from the pole, I'm going to leave the spool. And then when the shop is ready, I can run that spool the rest of the way and I'll be ready to tie in, rock and roll. I'll already have part of the trench done. That way it'll be to where it's at now and just stub over. But that's about all we got for today, or just me, I guess. One of these days, Miss Angela might join me back. Hopefully we'll have a move this weekend once we get all this knocked out here. So y'all have a great day, and we will see you guys on the next one.